The Bear That Inspired Cocaine Bear, The True Story. The Bear That Inspired Cocaine Bear, The True Story. This is one of those stories that sounds so insane, you'd swear it was made up for a Hollywood movie. But nope, it's 100% real. A wild black bear, deep in the Georgia mountains, came across a duffel bag filled with cocaine. 75 freaking pounds of it. And what happened next would turn this unlucky bear into a legend, a meme, and eventually, a movie star. This is the true story of the real-life cocaine bear, a bizarre chain of events that started with one man, one plane, and one very bad decision. The setup, a rogue smuggler. Let's rewind to September 1985. America was knee-deep in the war on drugs. Miami Vice was the vibe, and smuggling routes were lighting up the southern skies. One of the big players in that underground network was a man named Andrew Thornton II. Now here's the twist. Thornton wasn't just some random trafficker. He was a former narcotics officer and paratrooper who'd flipped to the dark side. Yup, a cop-turned-smuggler, living fast, flying private, and playing both sides of the law. Thornton was known for running high-risk cocaine drops from Colombia into the United States. He'd fly low across the Appalachian Mountains, dumping duffel bags full of product for pickup crews waiting below. But on this particular run, things went catastrophically wrong. The fall. On the night of September 11, 1985, Thornton's twin-engine Cessna was soaring over Georgia airspace. Something was off. Maybe the plane was overloaded, maybe it was losing altitude. Either way, Thornton panicked. He started tossing duffel bags of cocaine out of the plane to lighten the load. Each bag held bricks of pure, uncut cocaine worth millions on the street. After dropping most of the load, Thornton strapped on a parachute, loaded himself up with weapons, cash, and, get this, 77 pounds of cocaine strapped to his chest. He jumped. But his chute didn't open properly. He plummeted straight to his death, landing in a Knoxville driveway wearing a bulletproof vest, Gucci loafers, and surrounded by night vision goggles, knives, and a duffel bag of coke. It was the kind of scene that even cops didn't believe at first. They thought it was a setup. The bear's discovery. Meanwhile, out in the wild forests of northern Georgia, one of those missing duffel bags landed in the Chattahoochee National Forest. For weeks, no one knew where it went. Until a hunter stumbled across a ripped-open bag, scattered white powder, and, not far away, the lifeless body of a black bear. The 175-pound bear had apparently found the stash first. And it didn't just sniff it or paw at it, it ate it. Authorities later estimated the bear consumed an unknown but massive amount of cocaine, possibly several kilos. When wildlife officials performed the necropsy, the findings were brutal. The bear's stomach was completely packed with cocaine. Its blood, heart, liver, and lungs were saturated with it. The official cause of death: a massive instant cocaine overdose. The bear didn't stand a chance. It died alone in the forest, unaware it had just become part of one of the wildest drug stories in American history. Birth of Cocaine Bear. When the news broke, it was surreal. Reporters dubbed the animal the Cocaine Bear. Local residents started jokingly calling it Pablo Escobar. It was the perfect storm of tragedy, absurdity, and dark comedy, the kind of story the media couldn't resist. But the legend didn't stop there. After the autopsy, a taxidermist preserved the bear's body, and soon, it started a bizarre second life as a roadside attraction. The bear traveled around the country, appearing in various shops, bars, and later, the Kentucky Fun Mall in Lexington. There, it was dressed up with a little ranger hat and a tag that reads, "NCT, Cocaine Bear, Don't Do Drugs." Visitors take selfies with it. Merch is sold in its honor. It's even become a cultural icon for just how unpredictable real life can get, the movie and the myth. Fast forward to 2023, Hollywood got its hands on the story and turned it into a full-blown horror comedy, Cocaine Bear, directed by Elizabeth Banks. The film takes the legend and runs with it, imagining a drug-fueled rampage where the bear goes berserk and terrorizes anyone in its path. While the real bear didn't survive long enough to go on any rampage, the movie helped immortalize its story, introducing a whole new generation to this bizarre piece of history. And here's the thing, the truth doesn't need the extra chaos. It's already wild enough. A crooked ex-cop falling out of the sky, bags of cocaine raining down on the forest, and a black bear unknowingly eating its way into pop culture legend. Conclusion. The real cocaine bear didn't maul hikers or outrun helicopters, but its story is a snapshot of 1980s excess, chaos, and absurdity. It's a reminder that sometimes the truth really is stranger than fiction. From a smuggler's fall to a bear's overdose to a movie that made the world laugh, all of it started with one fateful flight and one very unfortunate bear. So yeah, next time you see a wild headline and think, that can't be real, remember, somewhere out there, in a Kentucky mall, sits a stuffed black bear wearing a hat. And it's the only celebrity in history that partied harder than it ever intended.